another episodic podcasting adventure. It's Talkamania.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Talkamania. I'm your co-host, Desmino, here with my shield brother, J-Bomb. Say hello, J-Bomb.
What's up, brother?
That's all I got.
How's it going?
Not bad, man. Busy.
That's all I got.
Yeah, busy, man. Like, I know we say that it's always been a crazy week and we're always busy. I am legit freaking busy. Maybe I should tell you why.
Kids busy or like all kinds of chaos and all kinds of shenanigans?
All kinds of shenanigans, man. I was away last weekend. I got back. My wife quit her job after 10 years to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. So the whole transition is a little bit crazy, tying up loose ends with work. And then we decided to launch a YouTube channel for my wife, Catherine, a.k.a.
Guys,
Melissa.
check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, it's called Marshmallow. You spell it like you would marshmallow, except it's mellow, like with an E, and there's a P and an E at the end, so it's kind of really confusing. But trust me, you'll get to know the name. But it's basically like a vlog thing, but I'm learning Adobe Premiere, and now I'm checking out Final Cut on Mac, and it's a lot of work, man. And but it's fun, so busy but fun. How about you?
Cool, yeah, and I checked out some of the videos. Really fun, really exciting. I'm looking forward to following the adventure, so guys, check it out. We'll be plugging it a bit on Twitter as well, too. And although it's not directly wrestling-related, Melissa's a Talkamaniac, man.
That's it.
And we like to care about our Talkamaniacs, so you better, too.
But Des, I need to ask you.
But me,
I gotta ask you something, though. Promise me that you're not gonna, like, Samoa
What?
Joe and Wendy, my wife, with all this footage.
What do you mean?
Samoa Joe and Wendy.
You show up at your house?
Yeah, like if me and you get into a feud, don't use this as fuel for the fire.
Oh, I already have all the fuel I need. It's not a coincidence that Melissa leaves commitments after 10 years. I'm just waiting for my time.
Dirty. I wish I had the boo sound ready for
She
you.
knows. She knows about it, man. She'll pretend she doesn't, but she does.
Are we talking about like what happened in Milwaukee or what?
Oh, no. This is in Ohio.
Ohio. So what's up? What's been up with you, man?
Work's been crazy, but I say that every week, so work's crazy as usual. I'm a bit gloomy because the fall, it's a bit darker now. I'm not really enjoying it as much, although I was saying how much I couldn't wait for the summer to end.
You fucker.
Outside of that, I did my annual men's health checkup for those of you who care and don't care. So we'll find out if I'm dying in a couple weeks.
So how much AIDS do you have?
And that's it. And then, Talkamania might not be rolling much longer. So let's make these weeks count because they might be our last.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm going to jump into some exciting news. But before we do, folks, make sure for those of you who aren't following us on Twitter, what the hell? Get that shit down.
Seriously, man.
@_Talkamania, Instagram, Facebook. We're going to be rolling with those more heavily as we go forward. And we already are, but we're making more of a presence on those social media platforms as well. So make sure to check it out. And for those of you who've been annoyed at J-Bomb's continual plugs for our Pro Wrestling Tees t-shirt,
Yeah.
well, too bad. You're going to keep getting them until you buy yourself a t-shirt. And we'll plug your ass for 4 weeks on our show.
Oh, so rude. I love it.
That's right. That's right. Hey, man, they're awesome. I have like, whatever. You screw everything up. I'm used to it. We have the Talkamania Classic. We have the retro. We have the black and white. We have the white and black. I got them all. I wear them throughout my week. I'm actually wanting to make a 5th shirt. That way I don't have to do laundry.
Ooh.
But,
Just buy 2 of the same one.
Yeah, well, then people still think I'm dirty. Well, they'll know I'm dirty, right?
Dirty Des. Ooh, we got Salty Des and we got Dirty Des.
Dirty. All right, guys, we got a lot to get into. Raw, Smackdown. We have the Super Showdown happening this weekend as well, too. We're going to get into our predictions as well. There's a lot to cover. It's a bit of a wonky week. We're recording a bit earlier this week. We're going to have an early release, so it's going to be awesome.
Lucky.
And the pay-per-view itself is going to be on Saturday at 5 a.m. Ugh, gross.
It's fucking crazy, man.
For the Australians.
Oh, sorry, Australians. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're going down under, and I'll be down under in my bed sleeping while the pay-per-view is going on. But I may be up. We'll see. I do have a work event on Friday to go to. Maybe I'll get home early enough to get some sleep, and I'll be up rocking with you guys. But if not, I'll be up whether it's relatively early, and hopefully J-Bomb will too.
I got kids.
And we'll
kids. I'll be up.
He's always up. He never rests. But yeah, and if not, if we're both in sleep, man, his kids will run the show. So there you go. Too sweet.
That's all he knows how to do. Too sweet.
Sweet.
He knows how to say
Sweet.
break it down as well.
Oh, nice. And there's a good reason that might come in handy in the near future. We'll get to that soon.
Ooh.
So, cool. All right. Off the bat, before we get into Raw, before we get into SmackDown, before we get into Super Showdown, let's talk about a few news and happening things in the wrestling realm. Not many things to go over, but one thing that I read today, which I was super happy to see, but also broke my heart into a million little pieces. Neville debuted at Dragon's Gate.
Never let you down. Never run around and desert you. Never make you cry. Never say goodbye. Never tell a lie and hurt you.
Woohoo! Yeah, he's never going to give you up unless you're the WWE. Then he'll give you up gladly.
And he'll let you down.
He will let you down. So Neville debuted at Dragon Gate. So that's pretty cool. He's no longer going by Neville. It appears his name is P.A.C. Pac. And he looks great, man. Looks super shredded. He went out there, cut an awesome promo. Even with his English accent, nailed the Japanese. He was talking some Japanese in his promo. I liked it as well. It's going to be awesome for the indie scene. I hope to see him involved with Cody Rhodes at some point, and the Young Bucks and everything that they're doing on the indie scene. So really happy for Neville, but really sad that, he's... Well, I mean, this is probably better for him, and we can still watch him on the indie scene, right? And it'll make us more kind of interested in the indie scene, too, as well. So maybe it's good for me.
Well, it's good for him. Probably sad for WWE fans who don't watch indie. I mean, I barely watch it. I know what's going on because, wrestling Twitter, but whatever. It's just nice to see him in a ring.
Terrible for a 205 Live.
Horrible, yeah.
Because that was pretty much the only time 205 Live was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, that was the only time where I enjoyed it. He was such a good heel, though, on 205.
So good. He was so good. He was so good in the ring, even before 205 Live. But yeah, he really came alive once he made that turn and became King fucking Neville. So
loved it. So that's pretty exciting news. So one thing I was also reading this evening was, so we have Saudi Arabia. We know we're going to have Crown Jewel. These guys like to hang out the big bucks for superstars, and they like to bring superstars back from the dead. We see Shawn Michaels now coming out of retirement, which blows my mind, and we'll get to a bit later. But it seems like they're willing to pay the big bucks to bring the big superstars out. There's been heavy rumors of Stone Cold Steve Austin training as well, too, to potentially come back out of retirement for a Saudi Arabia match. I will believe that one when I see it, because Austin's pretty adamant about not coming back. So I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Money talks. But one big name I was reading tonight, and this isn't for Crown Jewel, this is for Saudi Arabia 2019, is an offer for $20 million if The Rock wrestles at Saudi Arabia 2019 as the WWE champion.
what the fuck? Do these guys have like endless amounts of money?
Well, yes, first of all those princes and camels they got selling over there. And,
Walking the line there.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't talk about women, so I had to go to the next best thing. I don't know what to tell you.
Where's the booze?
It's a late night recording, folks, and
How many G&Ts, bud?
This
How
is
many
after
G&Ts?
dark, Talkamania.
How many G&Ts?
This is my second one, and it's only to keep me it's my second, but it's only to keep me awake for the show, man. You know, we're old, we got to make sure that I got some energy to go. But yes, folks, sorry for those I offended. I'm just having a little fun. But yes, The Rock, they want him to be WWE champion. So there's a potential rumor. Right now, I know they're pushing for The Rock and Roman Reigns to square off for the championship at WrestleMania 35 in New Jersey.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So that seems like they're pushing hard for that. So there's a potential chance that he wins the title against Roman Reigns and maybe holds on to it for a little bit, like Brock Lesnar did. And I don't know how fans would think about that, and I don't know how The Rock would be in terms of his schedule. I know that he's tentatively supposed to, what was it? WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Saudi Arabia now. I think those are the 3 dates that The Rock potentially will be wrestling. So I'm excited. I love seeing The Rock in the ring. I like seeing him on the mic. I don't like seeing the championship belt being held hostage, and I don't know how I feel about Saudi Arabia calling the shots and booking matches, but I guess money talks.
Money talks, man. Also, you got, here are the notes, you got Table for 3 with 3MB.
Yeah, that's something that was super exciting, and I already saw some bits and pieces of it on social media. Now, I thought they would do something kind of like a reunion in the ring at some point with 3MB, and I guess they still can. But was really happy to see these three sitting down, and I look forward to watching it. I think it's actually on the WWE Network now, so check it out, guys. I'm looking forward to it. But it's cool because they talk about various things. Drew was talking about how he actually came up with the Claymore, and it was accidental completely. So when they started wrestling as 3MB, they had these tight pants.
Weird.
Just really tight pants, and it was really hard for them to lift their legs up. And he went to go give a big boot to his opponent, and when he laid in with the big boot, he put his leg up, but it was so tight that his other leg came up off the air with him and kind of lifted him up into that kind of like, I guess, big boot drop kick. And you'll see he lands kind of on his shoulders and his head, and he was knocked a bit senseless when he did his move for the first time, and he tags himself out and he talks about it. So it's pretty cool to see them all kind of sync back up. We have, former champion Jinder Mahal. Drew McIntyre's reinvented himself. The WWE's super high on him right now. So I guess it's just Heath Slater. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to see them kind of sync back up. And he's got kids. He's busy, right? He's busy,
man. It's tough. It's a tough life.
Come on. J-Bomb knows, man. He'll be one to tell you. He'll preach.
That's it. So let's roll into Raw, man. I mean, what do we got here? We got a lot of Shield shit, and we were talking about this.
It's always a lot of Shield shit.
If
it's not Shield shit, it's Ziggler, Drew, and Braun Strowman shit, right?
Okay, look, I like Drew McIntyre, and I love. Fuck, I can't remember anybody's name right now. I love Braun Strowman, and I love Ziggler, but I'm over it, man. And I feel like they're fucking ruining them with this.
I'm not at that point yet. I like what I find. All 6 guys are big players, interesting players, and they putting them in different combinations. The matches they have for me are still exciting. I mean, we saw Ziggler against Roman Reigns, and I believe this is the first time they've actually had a televised match one-on-one on Raw. I may be wrong, but I think that's what they were saying, and that's what I read. So, I mean, having that match was exciting. Obviously, we know Ziggler was going to lose, but he'll sell the shit out of everything and make it look good. Again, we had Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins. I thought this was going to be the one time where, because he's been doing the job a lot at Rollins. So I thought he was going to get a win over McIntyre, but he didn't. McIntyre picked up another win over Rollins. So it makes me think that McIntyre's got to be in line for an IC title match soon, don't you think?
He better be. I mean, they gotta push these. They gotta get past this, man.
Well, we did see backstage Braun was calling Dolph the weak link, so they started to tease something.
I know, and I feel like, Crown Jewel and Super Showdown, the fact that they have to announce these matches so far in advance, and yeah, we talked about this last week, but it pigeonholes the storylines. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think a lot of stuff's not going to really progress until after these events are over.
It's just shitty.
And they've been focusing all their attention and time on this as well too. Even the women's pay-per-view Evolution, they barely talked about it at all recently.
Completely lost. It's completely lost.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just trying to focus at the pay-per-view at hand, and not lose sight. And I don't know, Australia, then Saudi Arabia, and I don't know.
I think Evolution's in between those two.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I think once this pay-per-view is over, this event, they'll probably get back on track with the Women's Evolution. Maybe they'll announce the tag team titles. But, back to Jay Bond's point, we've been getting a lot of the Shield and a lot of the Pack of Dogs. Yeah. I guess they gave up on that name. But, to me, it's getting close to the point where it's kind of getting stale. But they're shifting it up enough. There's enough people involved. Baron Corbin pops in sometimes. So it's not at that point yet for me. But I completely sympathize with those who believe otherwise because it's been a long, long time.
I mean, the teasing of Dean Ambrose was clever. And I got to think that it's because they're pushing the narrative that he's going to be the one turning heel, but I really do think it's going to be Seth Rollins again, man.
It's not going to be Dean.
Yeah,
the fact that they're trolling us with this, they're playing into the WWE universe and all the smarks all over the internet who go on social media and think it's going to happen. Dude, I'm telling you, if it does happen and he turns heel, it's stupid because they could have they wasted a really good opportunity to do it already.
Yeah, big time.
And at the same time, they're not going to be. Maybe it's just how poor they are right now with the direction of writing, but I don't think they're going to tease it and just have it happen. I think, like you said, I think maybe it's going to be Rollins who ends up, well, I saw the way you looked at me, so, I'm 2 steps ahead of you, or who knows. And at the same time, man, Rollins was the shit when he was the heel, man. That laugh.
Oh, God, I don't have it tuned up. Son of a bitch. There we go. Oh,
you're off tonight, man.
It's late.
I think me and Melissa are going to roll next week.
Ooh. Wendy?
There we go.
Well, there was some positives. There was definitely some positives on Raw. Ruby Riott, Ronda Rousey, that match was freaking amazing. Loved it.
Yeah, it was. And I'm telling you, man, I'm not even a huge Ronda fan, but girl's working hard. She's definitely getting better at her chain wrestling, selling her moves, taking bumps.
Ripping off her shirt.
I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's kind of, you don't want to tweet about too insensitive things. You got to be nice and respectful to the ladies, but I'm telling you, I'm waiting for that. I'm not waiting, but I'm expecting for her boobs to pop out at any time. And I think at the end, she was kind of fixing it a bunch, but she doesn't have a large, she's natural, right? So you don't know where they're going to go.
I think when it happens, it's going to be very similar to how Braun Strowman's nipple just, pops out.
It's funny. I was watching, and my wife was basically this week was like, I hate when Braun Strowman's nipples always hanging out. And I was like, Jay was always tweeting about that. He was obsessed with his nipple.
Oh, fuck. Chris Rucker's going to get us for this.
Yeah. Well, see, at least I notice eyes. J-Bomb notices men's areolas.
Yeah, nipples.
And you were big on the old Cesaro areola joke too. So I think you got something with the men nipples going on.
Well,
here.
Nipples are funny. Nipples are fun. Who doesn't like a good nipple?
A good nipple.
That's right.
A good nipple twister.
It's just a nubbin.
Nubbin. Yeah, the third nipple.
Yeah. But we saw... Sorry, go ahead.
Back to the match. Before we wrap up on this match, I can't get over how much I enjoy watching Ruby Riott. And I think when she's in the ring, she's a professional. She puts on great matches. She really makes her opponent look better. And she does all the small things, too, that are really relevant. And she's definitely going to be a future champion. I love how she fish hooked Ronda. Yes. I love how she gave her some stiff shots to the head. Yes. And even Ronda tweeted this week, you're a lot, tougher than I thought you were going to be. And you took it to me and you gave me a challenge. And I respect you, but we're going to take it to you at Super Showdown.
Yeah.
So I guess the only question that we may have to ask now is, what is Liv Morgan's status? Because I don't think she's been cleared. She's coming out to the ring, but I don't think she's wrestling yet. So I think she'll take the test, the impact tests, and we will see come Saturday if she will be joining the Riot Squad. If not, the heavy rumor is it will be Alicia Fox.
Good for Alicia.
Yeah, it just doesn't really make sense or fit in anywhere.
But what does, right?
They just got to stick a heel in there, right? Yeah. That's pretty much it.
A heel with a big hat, yeah. Mm-hmm. What does, right?
Their big hats. That's hilarious.
I like her hats, though. I like Alicia Fox.
Yeah, you like her. You like her with Jinder Mahal too. Is it working?
I started watching clips of the Mixed Match Challenge, and I'm at least glad that they're not taking it seriously in the slightest. There's a lot of talking in the ring in the sense that
yeah, it's fun,
it's
man. It's a good old fun time.
It's grown on me. That's. I mean, I'm not.
We're seeing some of these. we're seeing some of these. It's growing on me, but I'm not going to watch it.
I won't.
We're going to see we're seeing some of this translate onto the show too. Smackdown, we see R-Truth and Carmelo together. And, I don't know. It's just funny that we're not seeing too much of, like, what happened to, like, Daniel Bryan and Brie being in this, Couldn't that have been a cool tag team? It just seems like there's some obvious teams out there that they're just not rolling with.
Yeah, I think that they want to keep Brie out of the ring as much as possible, but
maybe. Hey, and talking about Ronda's inevitable nipple slip,
right.
Brie's pants. I want to talk about these pants, okay? They're a mystery to me. They do so many things for her, okay? So first of all, when she came back, we noticed she had a little bit of the extra skin because of her child. Don't rip on her, guys. This woman worked hard. She gave birth, and she came back to the ring, so screw you. But she got that extra little belt now that kind of holds that up, which is cool and all. It's cool, whatever. Good for you. She still looks good. She looks great. But my whole thing that I'm not sure about is the butt. Because she has this opening on her butt, and it goes down so far. But where's her butt crack?
I've never noticed this.
Where's her bum crack? I'm trying to look, and I'm like, where does her butt crack start? Is there some kind of like that, skin-colored pantyhose, or what? It looks like no. Like, it just looks like maybe she's one of those girls that has like a butt crack that starts really, really, really far down. Like, I don't know.
Where's
and then I'm looking at Nikki's butt to compare. And Nikki has like a really big juicy butt.
It's like,
and then Brie not as much. And I'm like, got the hole in the back of the pants. Where's the butt crack? And I don't know. I don't know what's going on back there.
do you want a massage?
I didn't notice.
Tell me where your butt crack begins.
I'm definitely gonna have to check this out because I've never noticed Brie's invisible butt crack.
It's an invisible butt crack. I'm a butt guy. I like butts, and I noticed.
Oh, dude, you
that
could
I
have
did
so
not
dropped
see no
it.
butt crack.
I like butts, and I cannot lie. Come on.
Oh well, look, I'm not as smooth as you, so what can I say?
We do have to talk about. I know we agreed to never talk about this.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Zip, zip, zip.
But he who shall not be named lost to Connor from the Ascension this week.
No. Actually, I know that because I watched it. And I laughed. And it was glorious. It was.
Yeah.
It was. So, Connor picks up 2 big wins. Awesome for Connor. He beats Gable, and then he beats he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
So, I think people are really salty about this. They're upset because, well, this guy, there's so much potential behind him, and, well, he should be a heel. Guys, chill the F out. This is it. They're going to make him a heel. Did you not see the promos backstage where Gable kind of jumped in and over him, and, it kind of looked like Bobby was starting to get a bit frustrated. I said his name, I'm sorry.
You son of a bitch.
In the tip jar. In the tip jar. And, so I think we're going to see it finally. He'll turn on Gable, and then maybe we'll see the return of Jason Jordan. I don't know. We'll see.
I heard that Jason Jordan was dead forever.
Well, there's a rumor going around that Jordan's career may be finished, too. He's got a really bad neck injury, so... But that's it, folks. Really big for Connor. Good for them. These guys have been jobbing forever, so cool for them to pick up a win against a former, I guess, champion of some sort.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a notch on his belt. And we'll see what happens. Maybe he can be salvaged. Maybe he'll be a heel and then forgot about. That's probably what will happen.
But, of course, as always, he who shall not be named, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
We saw a moment of bliss make its return, trolling Trish Stratus. Not much of a build for Evolution, but at least there was some sort of a mention of it.
That's kind of it. That's like the first build or mention of Evolution in quite some time that's been spoken of. I know we're getting Lita versus Mickie James, which I don't think it's not a terrible match. I'm not like, oh, what the hell? But like, I don't know, man. Lita, you got to put her against somebody modern. I think they kind of missed on a few of the matches, and I hope they don't do that going forward. We'll see. We still have some rumors of the other card and the other card in general and other matches that are going to be happening, but we should find out more so in the upcoming weeks. But to your point, moment of bliss. I was excited to see it. apparently Alexa is not very good at math.
Yeah, what did I miss? I watched it and I saw her tweet today. But what was
she was saying at her age when she was in the ring when she went to go see a show when Trish was wrestling. I think she said something like I was 7 or something. And if you do the math, it's completely impossible. But she was just trolling. She's doing the Alexa Bliss deal, right? And people have to be super smart asses and be like, oh, well, if I calculate it and I carry the 5 and I take the remainder, you are wrong. Meh. So,
God.
Is what it is. But I was just happy to see Moment of Bliss. She's fun.
She's very fun. She's very fun.
And one thing that I will say is not as fun is watching the B teams fall from grace.
Well, they beat the Revival.
They did beat the Revival, but what is that? Whatever, man. I know people are actually upset because they're like the Revival lost again against the B
Fuck
team.
the Revival
Again. But all it means is they got their last win because now the Authors of Pain have come back or come from the back to attack both teams. Drake Maverick finally adjusted his wardrobe for the 3rd time.
He's too little.
It's more suiting for him. He decided. What's that?
He's too little. He's comically small. It's.
Yeah, but you know what? It's to make them look like monsters.
No, but it's not because he's a little person. Like, he's so small that they don't look that big beside him because he's so small. Like, when Baron Corbin was talking to him in the back, he went up to Baron Corbin's nipples. Yeah, I said it again. Nipples. So it's just silly.
It's like that's the word of the day.
Audible a few weeks back, nipples tonight.
Well, I'm only thinking if I'm Drake Maverick, you got to be scared for the inevitable day where Authors of Pain are going to turn on him.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
They're going to bend him in half and put him in a suitcase. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh my God. They're going to put him in one of their tactical pockets.
Yeah. He's going to carry him around, have a little pocket protector with him.
Oh, God.
Hilarious. Well, anyways, I mean, I B team, they were fun while they were around. I like watching Bo Dallas. He was pretty aggressive in this match, and he was impressive. Probably, at least for me, the most impressive in the ring. Not saying the best, but at least in this match itself.
Well, we're believers.
And now we just think the Authors of Pain are just going to destroy these two teams for the next few weeks until they enter the tag team title picture, I guess, eventually.
Probably after, like, all those crazy pay-per-views.
So, a lot of people are upset. A lot of heat was drawn because the Revival lost. But you want to talk about heat, and you want to talk about extreme heat? Dude, Elias and Kevin Owens. I've never heard anything like that. I don't even think I ever. This was like nuclear heat. Nuclear. They go out there, they sit down in front of Seattle, and they take a shot at the Seattle Supersonics basketball team. And holy crap, the crowd just lets them have it.
Beautiful.
The boos. You see KO, you see Elias, they don't even know how to handle it. But, they trek along. But wow, wasn't that crazy?
It was nice to see. I mean, that's the heat that you want to be drawing. And if anybody could draw heat, it's Elias and Owens together, so...
Well, separately they can draw a lot of heat, so I guess it's kind of like Captain Planet, right? And with their powers combined.
So what are their powers here? We got Song and what?
Putin.
I was gonna say a reference to food. It's like Song and Gut, and together, their heat drawing is unbeatable, unparalleled.
Yeah, they were funny. It's funny. It's like Kevin Owens kind of seems to need to have that sidekick, Sami Zayn or Jericho. He doesn't need it, but he works well with it.
He does.
And even when Elias is like going to shake his hand and like Kevin Owens hugs him and Elias is like, "Yeah, you're all right." Like, I don't know. I like them together. I think it works. I like to see more of these tag teams that are single star tag teams. Like Ziggler, Drew, Kevin Owens and Elias, even back in the day, Austin, Triple H, or The Rock, Mankind. It can work, man. It can work.
It's true. Did Bret Hart ever
And we had
do that?
KO picked up a pretty big win over Bobby Lashley. I can talk about this, Bobby Lashley. And Leo Rush kind of caused a bit of a distraction just because he's small and breakable.
Tiny.
But yeah, he picked up a big win going into their match at Super Showdown, where John Cena will come back and he will show his shredded body and his long hair.
Weird.
That's for you, Chris Rucker.
Weird.
Hello.
No, did you see the pictures of him, though?
Yeah, it's
like,
freaky.
he's like lost a bunch of weight and like he has like negative body fat now.
It's like
well, when Nikki leaves you, you probably have some sort of a meltdown. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Leo Rush though is small as well, but he's not comically small. And I watched him on 205 Live. Yes, I watched some.
Oh, you watched him wrestle?
Yes, and he's got like
he's fast.
He's shredded. He's fast. I forget who he fought. I don't remember who. Noam Dar.
Right, I think he won too, right?
And he's got like he's got a bunch of tats. I got such a different impression. But what was weird,
I think you're gonna like Leo. I have a feeling you're gonna like Leo Rush. He seems like your kind of guy.
But he's a heel on 205, and he's a face on Raw, and it's just odd.
But he's kind of just like a pesky mosquito who runs his mouth, right? So I guess it's. Yeah, I mean, I think people are going to start liking him on 205 Live just because of Raw. So we'll see. But yeah, you're right. It's an interesting point. It's kind of cool that he gets to play both,
Yeah, but it's just silly because if you watch it all, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Same thing with Drake Maverick. Huh. You're like,
yeah.
What's going on here?
I know. It doesn't make sense. It's silly. And it really doesn't make sense to me. It confuses me, it entices me, it makes me a bit wet. But at the same time, folks, you want to talk about getting wet? Well,
your transitions are so good.
The main event will get you damp. You'll be able to lick those stamps. All right, so the main event has Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, coming out, cutting a promo going into the Super Showdown, folks. Yeah, so I knew right away, because I'm bald, folks. Let you just give you a heads up here, right? Like, I shaved my head with a razor to the skin. So I know what to look for. And I know Shawn Michaels. I'm a fan. I've sadly been watching him catch up to me. He's competing with me. He's trying to get to where I am. And he finally took the next step. So I got nothing on him now. He's clearly beat me as a man. But I look at him, and I'm like, he's got a do-rag. I see he's got no sideburns. And then I see the back of his head and neck, and I'm like, oh, man, this guy, I think he shaved his head.
Motherfucker.
And I told Haruko, my wife, this. I tweeted it, too. I'm like, did he shave his head? And, yeah, man. So first, cuts the promo. Kane comes out, gives him the uppercut, and I'm like, oh, Michaels is taking bumps, so that's something.
Yeah.
And Undertaker comes out. Triple H makes the save. Double choke slam. His hat came off when Undertaker picked him up for the tombstone, and I think... Again, I totally get everybody's reactions, love him or hate him. It's pretty damn shocking. Shawn Michaels was Shawn Michaels with long hair. This is going to take a lot of time to get used to. Even for me, I will love him. He loses I was going to say he loses an eye, but he's pretty much lost an eye already. He's got his little googly eye going on, but I still love you. Fun fact, he actually got that googly eye wrestling a match, so...
And
that shows you his dedication.
He's brought it up in storyline, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and he actually had a chance to have surgery on it and fix it, and he said, no, I had to keep doing my program or something, so he couldn't take time off. So there you go, folks. That shows you dedication.
What's he going to do when he's, out? When he wrestles? That's what I want to know, because I'm assuming that it's, the one in Australia, he's going to have his cowboy hat on, but when he goes to wrestle, because he's for sure 100% going to have a match, is he just going to go straight up fucking bald, man? Like Stone Cold?
I think he's going to yeah, for sure he's going to have to. Well, what's he going to do? He might wear that little bandana in the front of his head just to show that his hairline, kind of shows where his hairline is.
Yeah.
But that's all. But, I mean, maybe he'll get used to it eventually. Remember Kane? He always had the towel over his head.
Yeah.
Look, okay, women, first of all, there's no women listening to this podcast. No. But if you're a woman listening to this podcast, Melissa, then...
Hi, Melissa.
Yeah, we will tell you. It's first, hi, love your YouTube channel, and secondly, it takes a lot of courage, guys. So you're bashing Shawn Michaels. You're saying, oh, you look ugly. You look like an old man. Yeah, for reality check, he's an old man. And second of all, it takes a lot of guts to do that. And I was telling you guys weeks ago, I don't think the reason why Shawn Michaels stayed retired was purely because of the stigma. I think it was his hair, dude. I'm not. You laugh.
I don't know. I have a full head, so I can't. Yeah.
For now, we'll see. No,
it's never.
And there's an insecurity about this, right? You're losing your hair. You want to hide it. Even Kane, he's losing his hair. He eventually shaved it, but then wore the towel over his head. Shawn Michaels cut his hair, but was still covering it. He was always trying to hide it. And I think finally going out there and saying, well, I was Shawn Michaels. I was gorgeous, and now it's funny because he was all about vanity,
he was
right?
a sexy boy, right?
He was. I'm sorry, he was. And in his prime, for sure, man. And he was all about vanity, right? But now it's completely flipped, and he's not. He's like gone through a million battles and has like this wizard's curse on him or something. And he's just kind of withered away. But I love Shawn Michaels to death. I'm sorry, any chance we've ever had to have him on this show is gone out the window. But the fact that he did this, guys, give him props. If you want to watch Shawn Michaels wrestle again, this is the only way it was going to happen. He was not going to wrestle with this couple of string cheese hair pieces he had left on his head. And it probably was very hard for him to do this. So give the man credit. And it'll take a lot of getting used to, for me as well, too. But we get some more Shawn Michaels matches. I am on board with everybody that says I should have stayed retired. I think the way that he went out, the way he looked when he retired was amazing. But at the same time, hey, man, maybe this is a whole nother entirely different chapter of Shawn Michaels' career that we can enjoy. We just have to get past the Chrome Dome, and hopefully it won't be too bad. But yeah, I do foresee him wrestling bald. He's not going to put a wig on. He's not going to wear a do-rag. I won't stay on very long. Hogan tried that for years. But we'll see. We'll see how it's going to be weird. Well, we're in for a ride, folks. We're in for a ride. We're in this together.
At least he's standing there beside the most decrepit-looking wrestler of all time, The Undertaker. And
man, I don't know, man. Shawn Michaels look pretty bad,
dude. The Undertaker looks like my fucking ball sack in the summer. It's disgusting. And Kane is, well,
he looked good. I thought Kane looked good this week.
Good. Did he have a mask on? Yeah, exactly. So
he did. He did, but he looked in okay shape. Do we know how cool it is? Kane is the mayor for Knoxville County, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go fly down to Seattle and be in a segment with Shawn Michaels where he's coming out of retirement,
very cool,
and The Undertaker and Triple H, and then I'm going to Australia. Like, dude, the guy's got an awesome life, man.
Yeah,
come on,
all the WWE supers have awesome
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, bastards.
I liked the segment. I think it was cool. The double choke slam. Shawn Michaels taking bumps, getting in the ring again. Cool. I'm happy for it. But I really think the segment should have called for a double tombstone. Boom.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I agree.
But they probably didn't do it because they don't want to put the focus too much on Michaels. They want to make it Undertaker, Triple H.
Yeah.
So I get it. I just hope that double tombstone's coming up in the near future.
It was just, I agree, because it was weird because Kane left the ring and then got back in the ring. So you're like, oh,
yeah, it looked like they were going to do it. I was like, oh, they should have done it. And then it looked like they were going to do it. And I was like, oh, damn.
But it was good.
So
it was good.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm excited. I love Shawn Michaels segments. He's really good at promos. I mean, he's still got that down.
He's still got it all
and he's
down,
great,
bro. He's going to be amazing.
Dude, he's in great shape, He dresses like a dad, though.
Fuck, you love that guy.
The jeans that are hanging off of him, and and his. But I don't know. I like it. Yeah, of course I love Shawn Michaels. Love it. And he's my bald brother now, so now we got something in common.
Oh, look at you two, eh? And you're both, Michael. So.
Hey, I liked it. Shawn Michaels, Michael Hickenbottom, Michael Hickenbottom Jr., that's me. So there you go. All right. So that was our main event for the go home show of Super Showdown. And talking about go home, well, you know who went home? AJ Styles.
He stayed home.
We saw this week on SmackDown, he went home and stayed home. Why? Well, he's got to protect his investment. He's got to protect his lady, protect his children.
Wendy.
Because Samoa Joe, he's not joking, man. He's not joking. He's probably, I didn't see him this week on SmackDown, so maybe he's still at the Styles household, like in a closet, under a bed, or in the shower, or in the basement, or on the roof. Oh my God, the possibilities are endless. But AJ is staying to protect his family until he got confirmation that Joe is on a plane to Australia. Now, it was an okay segment. It seemed heart-filled. But the big thing that kind of stood out to me, and I'm pretty sure it stood out to you as well, too, J-Bomb, was when he said...
Oh.
Are you going to interrupt me or are you going to let me finish?
Well, yeah, because I was going to say that it was obvious how freaking good. And I can't remember. How good did Paige look?
What? What do we? What?
I thought she looked
all
great,
right.
man.
She looked all right.
She looked
She
good.
looked all right. The only thing about Paige that would kind of annoy me about this whole segment was she's like, Joe did the most heinous thing that someone's ever done
what did
in
he
the
do?
WWE.
He just went to his house.
And I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure Bubba powerbombed Mae Young off the stage. I mean, I'm pretty sure people went put through flaming tables.
You're forgetting about a big
you know,
one.
a list goes on.
What about when that?
I'm not going to talk about Benoit.
No. Oh boy, you went there. I wasn't gonna go there. I was keeping it kayfabe. But when Snitsky punted the baby,
Oh, guys, for those, oh my God, if you guys have not seen this, Snitsky, when Lita got pregnant, had Kane's baby, or she was going to have Kane's baby. Oh, yeah. So, okay, let's go into the past here.
Oh,
folks.
God. Let's go on a
Lita,
tangent.
who's going to be part of Evolution, right? So, her and Kane, she got Lita pregnant, basically. I think he raped her, essentially, which is terrible. Terrible. He did. She got pregnant. Her belly started growing. And then at some point, I believe there was a chair shot or something, and then somebody fell on top of Lita, or Lita fell, and she hit her belly, and she lost the baby the following week, which is terrible. I mean, it's crazy to think what they used to do in the WWE.
it was amazing.
And it was Snitzy's fault, right? But his whole gimmick was saying, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. And there's one week where he comes out with a pretend baby to kind of like mock Lita, and he kicks the baby into the crowd, man. It was crazy. I remember him telling the story, too. They're like, oh, do you want to practice? And he's like, no, I'm good. And he said he went out there and kicked it, and it went so far. Dude.
Probably got fucked.
Dude, that's some crazy shit back then. But back to
what did AJ
the
say?
point. AJ, see, you interrupt me, bad things happen, so don't do it. All right, so he did end off the segment telling Joe that he would bury Joe alive.
Listen, if they do a buried alive match and it wasn't like Roman and Undertaker at WrestleMania, like we said it should have been, I mean, I'll fucking love it because buried alive matches are savage.
AJ and Joe can make it work.
Yeah, but it's so weird because has anybody had a buried alive match other than Undertaker?
No.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree.
Well, Stone Cold has.
Yeah, with The Undertaker, no?
It was just with The Undertaker.
Yeah. Well, The Undertaker can't fight
You
The
asked
Undertaker.
me. You asked me.
You
me.
cocksucker.
But yeah, I was really excited for that. It's weird that they mentioned it, so I wasn't too sure about it. And then Paige didn't be like, "Oh, AJ, that's a great idea. It's going to be a buried alive match." But it
man,
wasn't.
you're on to the night.
It's still going to be no DQ. It's going to be no countouts. Maybe there'll be a convenient plot set that they can bury each other
imagine.
in. Maybe they'll be near the cemetery. That'd be pretty cool. They fight outside. They end up in a cemetery. Dude, it'd be badass.
Dope.
But yeah, I don't think it'll be that. I think it's just they really should have thought before they said that because now the fans are going to be let down. Or maybe after this match, they're going to have a buried alive match. You know, who knows? Maybe the next one will be a buried alive. But he also made it seem like this is going to be the end of their feud too. He's like, this has to end. This has to end. So, you know, we'll see. It's exciting. I think these guys will put on a pretty good match. So we shall see.
Yeah, we will.
We shall see. I'm a bit excited for this. And a bit earlier, we were talking about the mixed match challenge, right?
Yeah.
And how we're kind of seeing that on the main roster. So we saw that this week. Carmella, Truth, taking on Vegas and Almas. It was a cool match.
Yeah.
I liked it. I like seeing Vegas. I like seeing Almas.
I like seeing R-Truth.
I do like seeing R-Truth too. I think he moves around like a 25-year-old. You know, he's super fit. He's super agile. I'm really excited when these two are together. They work well. And also at the same time, I have to say, Carmella is improving greatly in the ring. I thought she wrestled really well. I think their match was good this week. And I think the ending as well, too, where Carmella and Zelina were kind of trading kind of like almost finishes. And then Carmella kind of turned it into her submission move. Man, I thought that was really smooth. I was following social media. People were really excited about that finish. They thought it was really good. So, yeah, fantastic. I like this. I like seeing Vega and almost getting these opportunities to show what they can do. And Carmella getting better as a wrestler. Awesome. So, for me, that was pretty cool.
Win-win.
I liked it.
Win-win. We got
win-win.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
We're seeing a lot of tag team matches, though.
Yeah,
We are.
yeah.
I mean, Sheamus and Cesaro and the New Day, we're going to see that at Super Showdown. I feel like this is inevitable. They're kind of going with an easy recipe on this one. Sheamus and Cesaro have been picking up wins over New Day left and right. And even this week, man, they wiped out the New Day. The New Day came out to show their pancake recipe, which, spoiler, is just a pancake recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, what were the ingredients? We saw oil. I saw oil. I saw flour.
Mike, they were ingredients
whipped
for
cream.
pancakes.
Yeah. Well, he said there was a special recipe. What's the special? Maybe Big E was going to insert his special sauce. I don't know.
Or some Bootios.
Maybe.
Or a special sauce. That would have been better.
Oh, maybe. But yeah, they did not get to show us the recipe. We did not hear from Mr. Bootiesworth. And yeah, they came out, basically spoiled the party, and then put a lot of syrup. Syrup. Well, they should have done syrup. They put a lot of pancake batter all over Mr. Bootiesworth and sent him home. I bet you he's like the son of an executive backstage, and he's just like, I love it.
He's probably that little kid's older brother that won.
The tag team, Nicholas or whatever? Yeah, for
Kinda
sure.
looks like him.
It's funny because my wife was like, "Oh, poor kid, I feel so bad." I'm like, "Dude, I would love to do that if I was that kid. I'd be like, dude, put syrup all over me, and give me the big ending,
dude,
and then give me your finishing move, the big ending."
I would let Snitsky punt me. That's how much I want to be in the WWE.
With those teeth,
I would let Randy Orton break my finger and rip my earlobes to shred.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. So Randy Orton, basically, Ty Dillinger, it's funny, he seems like noble. I have to do this, Paige. You have to let me. And he doesn't stand a chance. Gets his ass destroyed and torn apart. And yeah. So I think this is Orton's thing now, right?
Yeah.
He goes in and he does things that are hard to watch. Is that it? Pulling of an earlobe, twisting of a finger. I don't know if it's going to be like a leg in a car door next. Or, those like two electrical prongs to the testicles coming up soon eventually. Like, it's good. I don't know. It just seems like right now that's Randy Orton's thing. It's like, oh, man, the earlobes. What else can we do? And, yeah, he basically, like, I guess, quote unquote, broke Ty Dillinger's fingers. But, I'm not fooling you, man. I see people break fingers in wrestling matches. Get up, Ty Dillinger. Don't be a pussy.
Well, if my finger was broke in a turnbuckle, I guess you would call it. Tie rod end, I'd be in quite a bit of pain, man.
Yeah, but I know that guy. He's sensitive. He blocks everybody, including Talkamania.
Oh, shit. Did we ban that fucker?
He's banned us.
I don't want to ban Ty. I like Ty. I do.
He's Canadian.
And he's just... He's Ty freaking Dillinger, man.
10.
That chick sounds so hot, dude. It's late.
How many times would you bang that chick?
Hold on.
Hold one. Arm drag.
That didn't really make sense, though.
10.
You are awful. All right, talk about awful, and not awful, but anticlimactic.
I loved it. I don't think it was anticlimactic at all.
Aiden's big reveal.
It was
You thought
great.
it was great?
Yeah.
It was good. I guess it's kind of like they're giving us piece by piece by piece, right, to keep us
course.
watching. But obviously, folks, it's Aiden, I want you to leave Rusev and let him be, the beast he can be. Like, it's going to be something like that,
no
right?
way. No way. It's going to be, I want you to, screw over Rusev.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
People will think that too. They're like, "Oh, she's gonna turn a heel."
Yeah, 100%. That was heel heat. She was getting booed. She played it well. I read a tweet the other day.
For a boyfriend, he doesn't listen very well. She's always like, "Rusev, stop and listen to me for 1 minute." No, we have to do. No, we can't not hear. No. It's like, dude, just come on. If I ignore my girlfriend that many times, she kicked me in the balls. Like,
it's kayfabe, bro. No, but have you watched all of their videos on Twitter? Like, for the mixed match challenge and stuff like that, and he keeps bringing up
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
There's a wedge or something going on there, right?
But
Like,
also, I read a tweet, and I've always kind of noticed this too about Lana. I don't know if we've talked about this before. Maybe you brought it up, but if you haven't, if you have, I'm sorry. Somebody tweeted like, "Is Lana? How can she be hot and ugly at the same time?" And if you look at a lot of when they zoom in on her face, I'm always like, "Ooh." Is she ugly?
Did you see her running on the beach with him? Is that the video?
Oh, yeah, that is the video. She looked great in that video. But
yeah, no, but when she's right beside him at some point, I was like, oh, but dude, come on, man. Who are we as men to say she's not beautiful?
I'm a horrible
on.
human being. I'll tell you right now, I'm a horrible human being.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Come on, But yes, I digress. I don't know. I feel like when she's saying, I want you, it's obviously going to be like, I want you to bring my bags to the car, or I want you to, leave Rusev alone, or I want, or maybe it's going to be a complete twist because that's very obvious. That's what we think it's going to be.
Right.
She might be like, I want you, and then she just lets her hair down or something, and she's like, to kiss me right now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I love, pretty much, this is how it works for me. Anytime there is a promo in a hotel room, I am super intrigued. They've only been good. When Enzo got his ass kicked, it was great. Miz and Daniel Bryan in the hotel room, it was great.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in a hotel room, it's pretty great. And yeah, this is just another one of those promos in a hotel room that I really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed it. I loved seeing Rusev awkwardly run to the back, and he made fun of Aiden English's pale skin. I thought that was great.
Yeah. No, I like Rusev's not being Rusev, I find, though. He's being a bit like aloof, and I don't know.
He's being
It's
aloof
just-
as. Shit.
He's being aloof.
No, he's being elusive.
Rusev.
Elusive.
I don't know.
He's being elusive.
I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of more of a character than he usually is, but I don't know. I'm enjoing it.
Well, he's rattled,
I like
bro.
Aiden English. I like Rusev Day. I like where this is going. I look forward to this every week. So no different right now, and we'll see where this takes us.
Yes, sir.
Maybe Crown Jewel, I guess.
Did they have a match? It's not announced yet.
No, but there haven't been. All the matches have not yet been announced. So I'm thinking like that could be it.
We'll see. We'll see.
We shall see. And I have to say, do you think Aiden is going to pick up a win over Rusev, or you think it's Rusev would be picking the win over
Rusev's
Aiden?
gonna
You think
he's gonna squash him. He's gonna crush him.
squash him? I think Aiden's at least going to pick up a win, and it would be a big win. And talking about big wins, folks. See how I set that up? Shelty B picks up a big win this week, getting a win over former WWE champion Daniel Bryan. So I think Shelton's been frustrated and probably legit to some degree that he's kind of been left in the back, hasn't had some great matches. This guy's a former tag champ, IC champ. These guys held titles. He should be more prominent. He just hasn't had a good opponent, hasn't had a great storyline. And, it is what it is when you're on a 2-hour show. But this week he's putting a match against Daniel Bryan. The guy's put on a great match. And I noticed Daniel Bryan's doing those top rope headbutts like they're nothing now, which he was supposed to not be doing.
Yeah, well, he's crazy.
And it looks like he actually, it's funny because if you go back and watch, Shelton Benjamin rolled out of the way, and Daniel Bryan they actually knocked heads. So it's like he actually did hit the headbutt. And Corey's like, oh, he hit the headbutt. He actually got it. And it looked like it kind of hurt. So he's got to watch out for that, man.
Maybe he's done.
We don't want him to retire again and
again.
again. So, yeah.
But I think we want Brie to retire, right?
Well, that's what you want. I love the Bellas.
Oh, really? Cocksucker.
No, I do not like the Bellas. But yes, Daniel Bryan is playing injured ribs now, I noticed. So Miz took it to him after, kept jarring the ribs into the announce table. So I guess this gives you the angle of, well, Daniel Bryan's going to the match to injured ribs. So when he loses against the Miz again, it's somewhat of a footnote. So, maybe he's going to have some brass knuckles in his tights and give a punch to Daniel Bryan in the ribs. Who knows? But that's the route they're going, folks.
And to close off SmackDown Live, I enjoyed the segment. Becky Lynch, Charlotte going at it again. She's not at the Superstar Showdown, right? Becky? Or is she? Does she have a match?
Are you okay?
Oh, she does.
I'm sorry to tell you this, J-Bomb. I have to let you go.
Oh no!
I have to let you go from Talkamania.
Oh, that's bad, eh?
You're just it's pretty bad.
It's getting there.
Guys, boo the shit out of this guy right now.
I know she wasn't on the poster, okay? So I figured
that was it.
She wasn't there, and I keep getting confused that the women are going to Australia. I keep thinking they're banned from both these pay-per-views.
Oh, is that how you think? Women should just be banned from both pay-per-views because they're women? Is that it?
God damn it, Des. You gotta get salty J-Bomb. And they're salty nuts, man. I'm telling you, they're fucking salty nuts. Don't bring it out.
He's got these nuts, like one of them hangs below his knee, and the other one kind of goes into his sack. And if he pulls on his knob hard enough, they'll switch positions.
Brett
I don't know, man,
screwed Brett.
The fuck are you talking about? Anyways, Becky Lynch came out, cut a sweet ass promo. Reviewing that poster was awesome. The reaction from the fans
it was cool.
Amazing.
It actually played into the pictures that were taken backstage the week
so
before.
good.
So I'm a little bit okay. I was kind of ripping on that segment a little bit last week, but it seems it's kind of cool how they kind of carried that along. They had that photo. And then Charlotte came out, speared Becky, and then gave her own Bexploder or suplex into the poster, and then gave her that figure 4 on the apron, kind of like old school, like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels style,
Yep.
you know, when they used to do it around the ring post.
Yep.
So that was cool. Yeah, so I'm excited for this match. I think it'll be exciting. Charlotte got the better of Becky, which to me makes me feel like Becky will probably get the win at Super Showdown, but we shall see.
Well, speaking of Super Showdown, it's time for our predictions.
Oh, predictions.
I don't have the soundbite.
We don't have the song, the usual song.
No, I replaced it
that's
with another one, and
insert song here.
Yeah.
Super Showdown predictions with Talkamania.
October 6th, 5 a.m. Nobody's gonna fucking watch this.
What? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Everyone's gonna watch
No one's
it.
gonna watch.
We're gonna wake up.
I mean,
we're gonna wake up early just to watch it early.
no one's gonna watch the first few matches. I guarantee you, Tune In is gonna start around 7:30.
Tune-in is gonna start around 9:10 when people wake up and hit their PVRs.
9:10. These people are living the dream, bro. They're getting up at 7.
Look, folks, I'm going to try to be there with you guys. I probably will fail because I have a work event on Friday, but I will try to be up. And if not, J-Bob and I will be up in the morning. We'll be checking it out. We'll be watching with you guys. Yep. And yeah, that's it.
All right, so let's rip through these.
That's all there is to it.
Let's rip through these. It's getting late. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy's
all
Australian, right?
Yes, he is.
Is he
I think
Australian
why
or is
they're
he
in third-
British?
No, he is. He is Australian.
For sure?
And I think that, 100%. This is why they're inserting him in this match. He's from Australia. But at the same time, man, if any of you have been watching Buddy Murphy on 205 Live, this guy is awesome, man. For a big guy, he can put on some really exciting matches. And I want to ask a favor, please, J-Bomb. If you're watching this event, don't fast forward through this match. Give it a chance.
Buddy Murphy's.
Maybe fast forward through the initial headlocks or whatever it is, but like once they get it going, man, this is going to be a good match. Buddy Murphy's put on some excellent matches with Mustafa Ali. I think Cedric Alexander, they could potentially bring it to another level. And I will say though, they're in Australia. And, they can't make any huge notable changes. I feel like they're going to on the card in terms of titles. But I feel like this is one they could do it with.
100%.
Buddy Murphy is from Australia. And I think the Cruiserweight Championship is at a point now where they need to shake it up a little bit. Cedric Alexander has held the title for a long time, which I respect. And he probably deserves because he's been amazing. But I think it's time for a change, and I think Buddy Murphy's going to be the man to do it.
Yeah, 100% on board, man. This is Buddy Murphy's time. He's sick. I watched his match the other day against Kota Ibushi, back from NXT. So I will watch a Buddy Murphy match, and it's probably because I always think of Alexa Bliss when I see him. But no, he's great in the ring, and he's fun to watch, and he brings something to 205 Live that they are lacking. So yeah, 100%, man. I got Buddy Murphy in this one as well.
Sweet. All right. Moving along, we got Bobby Lashley and Jonathan Cena versus Elias Sampson and Kevin Jerome Owens.
Steenberg, man.
Hymention.
Who gives a shit about this match? Really, as much as
It's
I
actually
like.
probably my least favorite on the card.
Yeah, and I have no
Even-
idea who's going to win.
I'm telling you, the Cedric Alexander Buddy Murphy match is more anticipated by me than this match.
I got some ones that I got some worse ones on the card. We'll get to them when we get to them. You won't be happy, but
all right. Bobby Lashley and Cena versus Elias KO. We saw KO pick up the win against Lashley this week. I'm sure Leo Rush is going to be in this match too to some degree. He'll be involved. He'll be thrown around. I'm sure John Cena will have fun interacting with him as well too. But look, Cena's coming back for this event, guys. He's not coming back to lose. So 100%, 110%, 120%, Bobby Lashley. And it's so funny because I'm looking at my notes right now, and I'm telling you folks, I did not do this on purpose. I wrote Booby Lashley. So I think maybe that should be his name going forward, Booby Lashley. If not, that's going to be the way that I write it going forward, folks. So Booby Lashley and Cena are going to get the win over Elias and Kevin Owens.
Sure, whatever. Who gives a shit? I don't really care about this one, but I agree. If Cena's coming back, he's probably not coming back to lose. He's already lost enough with Nikki. We got the New Day versus the Bar for the Smackdown Tag Team titles.
New Day.
Is that your prediction?
Well, I just like saying that.
Yeah, okay.
But yes, it is. I mean, we've been seeing the Bar getting the one up on New Day week after week. We saw it this week as well, too, with the whole pancake ceremony. They're like, no pancakes. Here's the batter on you. And no, we're the Bar. And here's a tag team title. Where's the other one? We don't know. We're going to pose with it awkwardly. And yeah, and that's pretty much sums up the whole feud. But the New Day will pick up the win. They just won the titles not too long ago. They're not going to drop them, and not against the Bar at this event. So your boys, the New Day, will retain the SmackDown Live WWE Tag Team Champion.
So the way that you wrote this, because the next match is Daniel. I agree. New Day's winning. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz is the next match underneath, and I'm noticing that right above it is the Bar, and I just had this thought in my head that if the Bar and The Miz ever became like a threesome, they could be the Bar Mitzvah.
Oh my God! Oh, all the Jewish jokes. Come on, folks.
It'd be great.
Oi. Oy vey.
Okay, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz for a future opportunity. So a future WWE title shot.
That's right, folks. So again, we've been talking about The Miz, Daniel Bryan. We were talking about this going into SummerSlam, that we knew this was going to be a long game. And I think the end game of this long game is, and I'm still sticking with it, is going to be WrestleMania. And I think The Miz is going to win this match. And I think they're showing this week, right? He's taking it to Daniel Bryan. He's injuring the ribs. He's going into it banged up. And, I think that's what it's going to be. Now, we don't have Maurice anymore. She's taking time off. She's not going to be on SmackDown for a while. She's taking care of Monroe Sky. But I think The Miz is going to find a way to be dirty, pick up a win, and he will go on to challenge the WWE champion. And I do think, this is a far down the line prediction, I think he'll win that title. Yep. And I think he'll be a coward champion, and I think he'll carry that belt to WrestleMania, where he'll eventually lose to Daniel Bryan.
Who wins
that's
the
a long
Rumble.
game. Right. He may or may not. They can still put him into the match one way or the other. But he may win it. But yes, Daniel Bryan will lose once again against The Miz.
And I'm on board with you. I think we're just going to agree.
Oh, we're two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
I'd love you if you weren't so stupid.
Yeah. The Shield versus the other guys, the three big dudes. And Ziggler.
Drew Ziggler and Braun Strowman.
Nipple Strowman, yeah. Who do you got?
Well, you're asking me each time. Let's hear from you.
Ugh.
I love black eyes.
Use my brain.
The Shield versus Ziggler, Drew, and Braun. I got to assume that these guys are going to keep going. This is going to put some cracks in the Shield. I think Ziggler, Drew, and Strowman are going to pull this off. I do.
Shabam. I disagree, boy.
Ooh.
Yep. So we have this whole teasing. Dean, is he going to turn on the Shield? They're going to play on this a little bit. They've been playing on it a bit. We know that they're going to go to the next pay-per-view, Crown Royale, and basically have a similar matchup as well. So
Crown
for
Royale,
me, yeah, sure. Why? I know I'm drinking.
He's
Crown
got booze on the
Royal Jewels,
Crown Jewel,
the gems of the Iron Sheik of Messiah. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So these guys are going to go on Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. That's what I'm going to call it. So they're going to go on and they're going to wrestle at this event. And we saw this week, right, where Braun Strowman's calling Ziggler the weak link. I think Ziggler's going to be the one to eat the pin. I think the Shield, this is a pay-per-view where the Shield are back together. Their first pay-per-view match. They're going to be reunited, and they're going to pick up a big win. I think it's going to have the Australia fans cheering. They're going to be happy to see the Shield together, and I don't think there'll be too much to think about in this match. I think it's going to be basically the Shield coming out. It'll be a good match, and the Shield's going to do what the Shield does, and they're going to pull out the win, and it'll be them pinning Ziggler, in fact. And that'll be the cracks that'll be the cracks on their end. You're talking about the Shield having cracks. I think it'll be the cracks forming with Ziggler, Drew, and Strowman.
Well, we don't get a crack with Brie Bella, so maybe we'll get a crack in some of these.
Crack. Where's that crack?
That brings us to the Bellas and Ronda versus the Riot Squad, with or without Liv Morgan. So
Maybe Alicia Fox.
Yeah, maybe Alicia Fox, but
Maybe a broom. I don't know.
This is a no fucking brainer. There's no way Ronda and the Bellas are losing. Is there anything even more to say about that?
I mean, I don't know. You can look at it different ways. Maybe Ronda's not in the ring and the Bella eats a pin. Maybe they're going to punish Brie and have her eat a pin. I mean, I don't know. The Riot's definitely going to have some payback against Brie. It's going to be interesting to see the way they treat Brie in the ring. I'm pretty sure they'll probably treat her fine, but I don't know how much involvement will she have. How I'm very interested to see her wrestling in this match because she has not wrestled since. I'm sure it'll be fine. But that's it. I mean, Ronda's going to be in a pay-per-view at Australia. People are going to want to see her win. But we do know that they need to plant that seed with Nikki Bella and Ronda heading into Evolution. And what a good time to do that.
Yep.
So if it's not going to be at this event, when will it be? Maybe the next night on Raw, they're going to have, or I guess not the next night since it'll be Saturday, but the next Raw, maybe they'll have a number one contendership and she'll win legit and that's it. Or maybe they'll lose and they'll have some tension there. Maybe Brie will Nikki will get jealous. I don't know. I'm very curious to see how they do this, but I see this event as a treat to the fans.
Yeah.
So that being said, I see it being, the Bellas and Ronda picking up the win.
All right. This is the match that I'm probably least looking forward to in the card. And it's a shame because these are two of our favorite women, but somehow this storyline is not really working for me. We got Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics. I'm a huge Naomi fan.
Don't tell the Australians here because that's probably the match you're looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them.
Yeah, they're probably going to get some pops, but...
They will. They'll come out. Hey, I noticed the Iconics on Smackdown, when they come out now, they don't get the microphone every time anymore.
Well, because they're annoying.
I know, that's it, right? Like, they kind of they have that okay, it's entertaining, and then they just go way past it and just make my ears and eyes and butt bleed all at once.
Your butt bleeds.
I won't go into detail on why, but it just, it's a mess to clean up.
So do they give the Iconics the win just because they're in Australia?
Yes, that is my prediction. I believe the Iconics will get the win. We've seen Naomi, we've seen Asuka taking them on week after week. The Iconics haven't been able to get the job done. Even this week with Asuka, made Peyton Royce tap out. I'm happy to see Asuka wrestle. I'm happy to see Asuka win. However, I do feel like the Iconics are going to pick up the win to appease and to make the Australian crowd happy. But I do feel like it's going to be Naomi eating the pin here. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with that if that's the case. Maybe, who knows, maybe Asuka and Naomi will get frustrated at each other and maybe it'll be a heel turn for Asuka and that'll be good for me and I'll be happy. It'll be a way to rejuvenate her and make her more lethal again. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Iconics on this one. Yeah. They're going to find a way to do it. If they beat Asuka, they pin Asuka, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Well, you've sold me, so I'll agree with you on the Iconics then. Brings us to...
Sounds good. All right. Well, we're talking about ladies. Let's talk about some more ladies.
AJ Styles?
So, J-Bomb, talk about some more ladies.
Okay, I got you. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. You gotta think they're not gonna take it off of her this quickly. Becky Lynch is on fucking fire.
Straight fire.
And I'm gonna 100% go with Becky on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the crowd now. The WWE is finally understanding what's going on. She comes out there, the crowd's cheering her. She kind of looks at them and is like, yeah, and she doesn't rip on the crowd anymore. She's embracing it. They're letting this happen organically, and they should let it ride out organically. And I think Becky Lynch is the woman on the SmackDown roster that people want to see with that title.
Yep.
I think it's great what she's doing. I think she's worked hard. She deserves it. I want to see where this goes, and it is way too early to take the title off of her and give it back to Flair. Unless they're really looking to build up that championship reign count, like her father, to 16 titles.
Nah, they got time
because they're really working.
She's
on
halfway
it. You
there.
guys, they're doing it.
think she's
She's getting there.
Seven.
You know, like people, I don't know, man. They're really getting there quickly, and now they have 2 titles, so they're counting both of them. It's like, I don't know, man. Like whatever. So I think Charlotte Flair will probably go down in the Hall of Fame with the most title wins, as people are going to debate and say the most successful WWE women's wrestler of all time. You know, whatever. That's down the line. Whatever. Cool. And I like Charlotte Flair. She's cool. She works hard. I love her as a heel, though, more, but whatever. But screw you, Charlotte Flair. It's Becky Lynch's time. And Becky Lynch is going to go into this match. We saw Charlotte get the upper hand. And whenever I have an event coming up on the weekend, if you see somebody get the upper hand, usually it means they're going to lose. And that aside, it's going to be Becky Lynch, man.
Yep.
It's going to be Becky Lynch, 100%. And I think they're going to be even wrestling at Evolution for that title advertised already.
Oh, nice.
They could easily have Charlotte Flair defending, but no. Becky Lynch, man, all the way.
That's right. More ladies. We're going to talk about AJ Styles with his lady's haircut versus Samoa Joe for the WWE title. Maybe it's a buried alive match. Maybe it's not. But I'll kick this one off. I got to think AJ is going to retain. I don't think it's Samoa Joe's time. If we're staying true to our thoughts on The Miz and Daniel Bryan, that whole storyline, you got to think AJ Styles retains, because if The Miz is going to beat one of these 2 guys for the title, I don't think it could be Joe. So I'm sticking with AJ Styles.
Yeah. Realistically, I don't see The Miz beating Joe unless he pulls out some dirty tactics, and then they also decide to start burying Joe.
Yeah.
You know, if he loses against The Miz, it's not going to be good for him. I would like to have seen Samoa Joe get a title run. That's the only part of me that's kind of like, I wouldn't mind seeing Samoa win, because I feel like The Miz is going to win the title, and he's a great heel. I think Miz will do a fun. It'll be fun having him as champion. Agreed. But I would like to see Samoa maybe have a small short run with the title. I feel like, you know, if he doesn't win it here, well, what's going to happen? He's not going to win it at least until after WrestleMania, maybe against Daniel Bryan or something. But I feel like AJ Styles will win this match, especially with the release of WWE 2K19 imminent, being very, I think it's coming out any of these days now. So I believe having him as champion is very important to the WWE. So AJ Styles will retain. Will this be the end of the feud? I don't know. AJ made it seem like that would be the case. But I don't know. He also talked about burying him alive. So I don't know what's going on. But your man, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, will retain his title at Super Showdown Down Under.
That's it. I guess this is going to be the main event, right? Triple H with HBK versus The Undertaker with Kane. I got to think that this is going to go
I don't know.
last.
It might not.
No?
It might not.
It's probably the Shield last. God damn it. It's so going to be the Shield last.
It might be AJ Styles Samoa Joe, too.
Nah.
It might be.
They have no respect for that title. It's disgusting. Watch it be Asuka versus the Iconics.
Maybe.
All right. Triple H, HBK, Taker and Kane. Oh.
It's hard to call this one.
Who won last time?
Between Triple H and Undertaker?
Yeah.
Undertaker.
Oh, so Undertaker's winning.
Well, see,
Triple
I'm
H
trying to
doesn't
think
book
about
himself to win anymore.
I'm trying to think of the long game here. So we know it's almost confirmed that Triple H and Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X, check it. That was your cue, but you failed again.
I've already used it tonight.
That does not stop you from overusing sound bites all the time. So I'm sorry, sir.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's like...
Suck it!
I is happy now. I
quit.
Awesome. So we got DX versus the Brothers of Destruction coming up at Crown Jewel. Slash Royale.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That's the heavy rumor. So to me, it's like, okay, so how do they get to that match? Which means this match isn't the end. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, I'm going to say Triple H is going to win this match.
No way.
And then something like, I don't know, they can go so many avenues after this. Undertaker's like, hey, boy, you cheated to win. I know that you can. How about you take me and my brother on again? And if we lose, Shawn Michaels can have his soul back. And then, like, basically DX goes on to beat the Brothers of Destruction. And because Shawn Michaels comes back to fight with Triple H, like they're not going to lose that match. There's no way. Kane will be the one to eat the pin, But my question is, how do they get to that match? So if Triple H loses to The Undertaker, do they say like, hey, like, you beat me, but together we can take you guys on?
No.
Or is it like Triple H beats The Undertaker, and then how do they get to that match?
What if Undertaker beats Triple H, and then they all, curtain call and hug like they did the last time, and then HBK super kicks fucking Undertaker in the face?
That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be cool. Yeah. And then like they just like super kick, pedigree, and then suck it, and then some kissing, I guess.
They handcuff Kane to the ring post, beat the shit out of Undertaker, and then they fight at Crown Jewel, Crown Royale, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, what they could have done was pretty cool. Like, at least to like, make it seem like Shawn Michaels didn't have to shave his hair because he was bald. Triple H is like, boy, you want to have your soul back, then I need something of yours.
Or a hair versus hair match.
No, not. Undertaker already lost the hair and brought it back, but it's like if you want your soul, I need something that means more than you than anything. You're a man of vanity. I want your hair. And then like Shawn Michaels shaves it off, and he's like, that's what he did to come back, and they kind of make it into a story.
No.
That's my weird creative juices flowing.
That sounded like something I'd come up with, bro.
I know, that's why it must be terrible then. All right, Triple H versus The Undertaker. Shawn Michaels in one corner, Kane in the other.
Who you got?
Who's the difference maker going to be, and who do you think is going to win this match, J-Bomb? You said
Triple H.
Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker.
Well, wake up your damn mind, boy.
It's late.
Oh, my God. It's only 7 p.m. Come on.
You dick. Don't tell the
It's
listeners.
actually close to midnight.
Don't tell the listeners.
All right. I'll let you go change your diaper soon.
That's it. Okay, so who you got?
I think Triple H is going to pull this win out. I think Undertaker, now that he's lost a few times, he is mortal. So I think you can go into a pay-per-view before it's like, oh, he's going to wrestle, and Undertaker will never lose. Undertaker's not going to lose. Undertaker's not going to lose. I know it's more so with WrestleMania, but now he's wrestling a little bit more on, various shows, and I think having people on the outside being involved, it is a possibility. It is a possibility. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to pick a Triple H with Shawn Michaels in his corner.
You're crazy. There's no way. Like, just the fact that Roman Reigns is the only guy that's beaten The Undertaker in, recent memory, I can't see them changing that.
Oh, come on. You can go back and you can look, and Matt Hardy's beaten The Undertaker.
Yeah, I said recent
I'm sorry, bro.
history. Memory. You don't have to look back on it. It's the most... It can't.
I'm trying to think of the longer game, and how do they get to Crown Jewel, and how do they get to DX versus the Brothers of Destruction? I think if Undertaker just beats Triple H, and that's it,
and
right? So there has to be some kind of weird ending that's going to make this kind of drag out into the next event.
Yeah, super kick to the head after they're all.
Yeah, I will give you a super kick to the head after.
Super kick to the head. What's it? Yeah, super kick to the head. Well. That's Super Showdown.
That's a Super Showdown, folks. So again, remember, Talkamania is going to be around this weekend. We will be watching Super Showdown. Yeah. It may be not at 5 a.m. It might be at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Hey, maybe it's going to be at 5. Maybe I'm going to have maybe I'll pull a Samoa Joe. Maybe I'll show up at your door. Maybe I'll have an evil clown go inside your house and scare your children. And then your children will wake you up, and then you'll be up at 5 a.m, and then you're going to have to cover it on your own because I don't give a shit about you, and I don't got your back. So, suck it.
Jesus. Well, with that, Des, we're wrapping up the episode because this is getting ridiculous.
We're the worst tag team partners of all time.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking barbershop your ass. Anyways, that's another episode of Talkamania, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
@_Talkamania on the Twitter machine, Facebook, Instagram. Melissa's going to be helping us out on that. Super Showdown will be there, like Des mentioned. Probably not first thing in the morning, but we'll eventually get on there. So, without further ado, this is J-Bomb signing off. Des, say bye.
Milwaukee. Happy Aiden Day.
Never gonna give you up, never let you down.